town. Dan was as cruel as the devil. He worshipped money. Dan was a millionaire, but he paid his police officers almost nothing. The police were very bitter, but Dan didn't care. He only cared about his money. Every person who inhabited Oceantown disliked him. Dan enforced cruel laws. Once, Dan even put his own brother in jail for throwing a coin into a fountain. Sometimes he pointed his gun into the air and pulled the trigger. He didn't want the bullets to hit anyone. He just wanted to scare people with the loud sound. Finally, the people of Oceantown decided that they had to get rid of Sheriff Dan. With their understanding, the crowd sought to unify the town. They marched to Dan's house. He was startled by the sight when he ran to the door. When he opened the door, the crowd jumped on him. They used a rope to tie him to a chair. Dan yelled, "Get your hands off of me! I'll put you all in jail for the rest of your lives." The crowd didn't listen. They carried Dan to the harbor and put him aboard a vessel. Dan was so scared that he began to sweat. He begged, "If you let me go, I will give you all my money." The crowd said back, "Sheriff, we don't care about your money. We know you will never change. We're sending you on a voyage to the middle of the ocean." The boat drifted out of the port, and Dan was never seen again. The people voted for a new sheriff who was kind and fair.
Aboard. The flight attendant welcomed us aboard.
Bitter.
The police were very bitter, because their sheriff paid them almost nothing.
Bullet.
He was hit by a bullet.
Devil.
He would sell his soul to the devil.
Drift.
The large chunk of ice drifted in the water.
Enforce.
It isn't always easy for the police to enforce the laws.
Fountain.
There was a beautiful fountain in the middle of the park.
Harbor.
Several boats lay at anchor in the harbor.
March.
The soldiers marched in straight rows.
Millionaire.
She's a millionaire several times over.
Sheriff.
It was the sheriff's job to make the city safe.
Startle.
The loud crash startled the sleeping woman.
Sweat.
Whenever I work out, I sweat quite a bit.
Trigger.
The man had his finger on the trigger of the gun. Unify. The new leader hopes to unify the country.
Vessel.
New Zealand has banned vessels carrying nuclear weapons.
Voyage.
He was a young sailor on his first sea voyage.
Worship.
Many people around the world worship in a church.